This is the easiest hiring process you're ever going to execute, and you're going to end up with the highest quality candidates. I wanted to show you this super cool project we did for a client. If you're an offshore, nearshore, or volume recruiting operation, you're gonna wanna see this. Or maybe you're just hiring a lot of people. You're gonna wanna check this out as well. So one of the biggest problems in volume recruiting is the balance between too many candidates and not enough candidates. Not enough, you won't find high quality people to ultimately make placements for your clients, and they're not gonna be really happy with the results. I experienced this early on. I own a recruiting agency. I build and develop and refine recruiting software, and that's what we're doing with Discovered, our performance hiring software today. Is we're using this tool to both market our jobs, but more importantly, thoroughly screen candidates. In this case, we use tax accountants. US tax accountants we're hiring and recruiting for in the Philippines and in India. We're gonna have them complete a video interview, QuickBooks and basic accounting tests, as well as references from their previous direct supervisors, and of course a resume. So imagine if you had too many applicants and you were able to have them all go through all these steps. Now all your recruiters have to do is filter out the ones who don't pass, don't complete the tasks, and create a short list of folks to show to the hiring manager, and they can make a decision before they invest any time. But the best part about that is you've collected so much data and so much information about the candidate that when the hiring manager does meet this candidate for the first time, they can spend 30 minutes or an hour and a half, however long they want, make a final hiring decision and get that person started right away. I was pretty much blown away. We did this experiment for a client, and we can do this with any role. Blockchain developers, back-end, front-end, Python, AI. We'll create the custom tests, create the custom questionnaires, and all you've got to do is send the candidate a simple link. So let me show you how we did this. So first step, right? We created the job post, and that's fine. You can do this inside your own applicant tracking system or recruiting software, but we'll create one here. We actually used our AI generation tool to create the job advertisement, and then through Discovered, we pushed the job out to every job board. The best part about this platform, if you're using specialty job boards in other countries, you can connect to any job board. Any way that you receive a resume, we can suck it in, put it in your pipeline, and then it automatically triggers the next step. We ask the candidate to submit their references, so we're gonna send them this link. They're gonna actually put in their previous supervisor's contact. We're gonna email and text that person until they complete a questionnaire up to our liking. We have default questionnaires you can use off the shelf. You can customize them however you want. Super, super cool. Then we ask them to complete a one-way video interview. Again, we have default templates, interview guides, galore, you name it, just about any role. If not, we can spin up a custom one for you in a matter of seconds, specifically tied to the job description, to the candidate scorecard, to anything that the hiring manager wants to know about. Boom, we're collecting those answers via video. We created this to-do list. All you do is hit copy. You can send this link however you want to a candidate, text, email, do it in a template through our platform or your platform. The candidate gets the link, and then all they do is upload a resume, agree to the privacy policy, and go to the to-do list. So now the candidate gets this list of tasks that they have to complete. All they do is hit select, they complete the task, and off we go, right? This makes screening candidates literally automatic. You receive the resume, and automatically the candidate will be asked to complete these tasks. Here we go. We're hiring onshore in the US. In 29 days, got 84 candidates for this role, 32, 39. Okay, in offshore here, in 18 days, got 637 applicants. All we did was press play to this whole sequence. Then they automatically were asked to complete these tasks. So in the platform, this tells me what tasks they've completed and what tasks they haven't completed. So we've got a bunch of people who did that. So what we did is we filtered all those out, and we actually created a list of those candidates here. We gave this link to our client, and this is what the client now sees, is a short list of candidates who've completed all the tasks. So this is actually an overwhelming list as it is. So you might have a recruiter go through and weed it out a bit. But now the client can click here and they can review the basics of the candidate. They can look at the resume, they can star rank it, they can take further action if they wanted to. They go to the summary and they've got all the different test reports open up. So we asked them to complete 3 different testing modules. They got the test reports here, did a short detailed test, QuickBooks and accounting. We can see how the person scored, how long they took. All the little different sub components of that test are all right here. They can see those raw scores. They can see how the candidate actually answered the questions, which ones they got right, which ones they got wrong, and what the correct answers were. We've got that, and then we've got the video interview, and I can watch all the answers. And my favorite mode here is interview mode, and now all of the answers are here, easy for me to watch. Can provide feedback on the candidate. We create a scorecard for them. They can look at the resume. They've got everything they need to know. They can make notes. They can even tag the recruiter, or again, the recruiters can do this internally. So there's a bunch of different ways to interact with the data. You can do it right in here from the platform. And so the reason why I love this is because a lot of times I'll watch these videos and I'll watch them answer one question. In this case, I had these people complete a half an hour video with over 13 questions for them to answer. This interview is super in-depth, but sometimes, so I might want to watch the whole thing. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll watch a couple of questions, and if they're complete duds, then boom, I get rid of them, right? If they're awesome, I keep watching. Or if there's a really impactful question, I can highlight that for the client. All right, so then the next thing we did is we wanted them to provide references. So this person here tells me they completed their references. The references actually responded. We received an application if we needed one, and they completed the video interview. And then this is how they did high level on the test. So I don't even have to look at them. I can just go, oh, the person got a 50 here. We're going to just disqualify them, right? But this person did okay. So I'm going to take a deeper dive into the candidate here. And now I can actually look at the references. So here's the references. The AI tool verified that this seems to be a credible reference. There weren't any red flags. So here's the reference talking about the candidate, telling us what their experience was working with that person, and they answered a pretty in-depth set of reference questions. If you need background checks, we integrate with Checker. They work worldwide. Fantastic for global, offshore, nearshore, or any volume recruiting activity. We can add other attachments. You're hiring creative types. You can put their portfolio in here, all these things in there. And then obviously here's all my communication in the timeline. Now, the best part here is, right, how stinking easy this is. All I did was post the job. It blasted out the job boards. The people sent their resume. We asked them to complete these steps. We got all this information back. We decided who our shortlist candidates were. Now, I can text or email this person to show up for an in-person interview, a Zoom interview, a phone call. But this is the last step in the hiring process. All we got to do, I'm going to invite the candidate to take the next steps with the hiring manager. And I'm going to schedule it for the hiring manager, however the hiring manager wants. So it's going to show up on both people's calendars. The scheduling tool's built right in, or you can use your own. All I did is said, hey, thank you for completing the task. You seem to be an amazing candidate. We would love to meet with you in person, via Zoom, over the phone, whatever you want. Select a time, and this tool's already pre-set up through the platform. So to have the office address, the Zoom address, to set up the reminders, the follow-up sequences, to share videos or other content with the candidate to get them excited about the interview. Whatever you need to do to continue to nurture that candidate between inviting them booking, and actually showing up, you got it all built right in. So we post the job, received 600 candidates, we narrowed it down to 14, and I scheduled 14 interviews for the hiring manager, and they hired as many of those people as they want. Boom, it's done. So we've got a really low cost for this. For offshore, nearshore recruiting firms, the cost per month is $450 a month, starting at that. This is a game-changing tool here. Try it free for 2 weeks. Let us help you get you set up within a day. You'll be off and running, and all you'll have to do is distribute this link to all your candidates as soon as they apply, and you're going to have remarkably robust evaluation. You're going to be able to simply hand a list of candidates like we did to our clients here. They're going to be blown away with the quality and volume of vetting that you did, and you won't lift a finger other than sending one message to the finalists asking them to schedule an interview with your client. It's so easy. So 2 weeks for free, starting at $450 a month for small and mid-sized firms, and everything above that, we can talk about it based on volume. Let's have a conversation, book a call to talk more, or click the link to start your demo account. Get in touch with our client success manager. They're gonna make sure that you're up and running under a day. You've got nothing to lose. This is the best thing that's happened to volume recruiting, offshore recruiting, nearshore recruiting. You've got to try this.